In this video, we're going to continue with our look at SQL queries, and we're just going to still sort of single tables SQL queries, so still pretty simple, but just dressing them up a little bit more than in the previous video. So the first thing we'd like to do is in our where clause, we did equality. So we would like to sort of lift that. So we were saying where a country was Mexico, for instance. So we want to, in our first example, show a like. So instead of something being exactly equal to something, we're going to say that it's like. We know maybe some part of it, but not the whole thing. And so here we're going to go. Okay, so went on again the w3schools.com/SQL, and then I clicked on their SQL like for the, I'm going to try their example, and they are looking for customers where the customer name is like a. So let's do that. Okay, so now of the 91 records, we have picked out ones where the customer name starts with an A. And it didn't seem to be matter whether it didn't seem to be case sensitive. It filled out capital A's or small A's. Let's put in a capital A and sort of get the same result. Okay. Um, let's get all the customers for a second. Well, let's try B or something. Oops, definitely hit the wrong thing there. Run. And now I'm getting all the things that start with a B. So the percent sign here, the keyword like, says we're not going to match exactly, but we're going to match some sort of part of. And the percent here is sort of standing for like and the rest. So there's a B in the beginning and then the rest. Um, let's do the percent and then the B. Then it should be something that ends in B. I don't know if there will be any, but let's have a look. I hit the wrong thing again. And here we have things ending in B. So here's something, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but it ends in a B. And now let's try both. And this should be anything that contains a B. So this should be, um, but a B in the middle. So we'll see if customer 24 appears, if anything begins with a B. So here is our list. And so we have the 24, the thing that ends in a B. We have things that have B's in the middle. We have things with B's in the middle. We had the number 24, which had the B at the end. We have our things with B's at the beginning. So we seem to have B's all around. Okay. All right. So that is. Now I've seen occasionally, so now you can specify that you want it at the beginning, that you want it at the end, or you just want it somewhere. I've occasionally seen this not work if it was at the beginning or at the end. So I think there are different implementations of SQL, but at least right now it seems to be working here. Is this means there's a B anywhere in the list? Okay. So now I want to go over and do products. Okay. And the products have a unit, and there are boxes and bags and bottles and jars. And I want to say if something comes in a bottle or a jar, then, you know, I'm going to do something where that matters to me. I don't know what, but okay. So maybe I want the product name, and let's get the unit just so that we can sort of see if our answer makes sense. And then we want to do some where, and we're going to be combining the concept of like and or. So we're not looking for the whole unit, but something in the unit. So that's like, but we want either bottles or jars. So that would be an or. So we would say where the unit is like um, percent jar, that should get all the things that come in a jar or jars. And then our or, and then again, our whole condition. So starting all over again with unit, like, and then let's do bottle percent, bottle percent. Close the quote. Okay, so select product name, comma, unit from products where unit like, quote, percent jar, percent, close quote, or unit like, quote, percent bottle, percent, close quote, semicolon. Let's give it a whirl. So now we have the various names and the units. There's bottles, bottles, jars, 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 bottles. Okay. So that was alike. And we can combine things with things we've done before. And so we're combining a like and an or in this case. Okay. Now, what do we want to move on to? We want to, sometimes we get a lot of results. This is 20, that's not too bad, but sometimes we get a lot of results and it still may be difficult to, we want to look through them, and to ease looking through them, we want to sort them, we want to order them. So that is, where is it here? I'm looking for the order by, way up there, order by, there we go. And so I'll go off to try it yourself. And so we're going to sort the products and order them by price. And so then the first product was product 33, which is 2.5, 250. And then the next one was 24, which is 450. So this is ascending. So we can add to order ascending. So this will just give us what we had. So by default, it was ascending, but let's just see that that doesn't change it. But then if we want the opposite order, we can go with descending. And then it gives us the most expensive, 263, 123.79 on down. Okay. So that was order, and so it was order by. So we will often refer to it as sorting it, but the SQL keyword is order by. Combination of SQL keywords is order by. And then we get this extra word in there sometimes of ascending or descending. So what do we want to try? Let's just get the order the products. Typically, like the first field, if I just say products, the way they're in the database, typically the often IDs are integers and auto incremented. So the order in the database is often also the order of the IDs in a case like this. But let's get the product ID and the product name. Let me get the product name and then the product ID. From products. So I'm just projecting out those fields. So I'm projecting out the two fields I want. And then instead of having it ordered on the product ID, I'm going to order by the product name. So I'm going to ask it to be sort of alphabetized rather than the order in which they're in the database. Give them sort of alphabetically. So there's Alice mutton, aniseed syrup, and so on down the line. Okay, so that's order by. It's simple enough. Another sort of simple thing that can come up in certain queries, let me go back here, is the distinct. So sometimes when you are picking out just a few fields, like each record in a table should be unique. That's part of what we mean by a relational database, that all the rows are different. Um, but when you when you project and you pick out certain fields, then you don't have the full record. And so then you might end up with rows in your results that are not uh, distinct, are not different. And then you can, if you want only, well, let's show that example and that'll be easier. So they are just pulling out the country from customers. Let's get rid of the word distinct for a minute. Let's get the country from customers and run it. And then we see here like Mexico, Mexico, Germany, Germany. So we get these repeat. And so then if you want just all the countries, but you don't want those repeated countries, then you add in the word distinct. And then there were 21 distinct countries. So our customers come from 21. We had 91 customers, but they come from 21 distinct countries. So let's just do, instead of countries, cities. So again, we have 91 customers, but how many cities do they come from? 69 cities. So we're not, some of these cities have multiple customers. And those can be counted, but that's a different query for another day. This is just sort of saying, here's the list of distinct cities in which we have customers. Okay, so what other little things do we want to do in our sort of simple one table queries? Another thing is, again, in our simplest examples in the first video, we did a where clause on equality. A country is equal to Mexico. Now we can also do other conditions other than equality. We can do greater than, we can do less than, especially if we have some numbers. We also showed like. So, but let's go for, let's just go back for a where. So I want to where, but I'm going to go, sorry, to products. So then I'm just getting a star, but it has a price. So I can do select star from products where price is, I don't know, less than, I don't know, I have some Secret Santa and I'm only allowed to spend up to $20. So I want to see what I can get for $20 or something. So I'll look for the price being less than 20. And then I have a list of things. There were 39 of the 90. How many products were there? There were 77 products, and 39 of them were less than $20. So that is, and so if you have something numeric, then you can bring in less than and greater than. You can bring in, I think, um, let's just say product name less than C. What would that do? That would give us 3 records, the things that start with a letter that is A's or B's. Okay. Let's order by the product name. And this, it will assume ascending. And there was Alice, Mutton, Aniseed, Boston, and then we are on to Camembert. So we are up to things. So we can do a less than with letters if you want sort of certain part of the alphabet or something. It's more common to do it with numbers, but it does indeed work with letters. Um, so let's find just to do another example, order details. In order details, so I have the customer makes an order. The order may have multiple products. And so for each product within an order, there's this order detail, or sometimes it'll be called like order line or something. It's a line within an order. Um, so it's a standard table one has in a relational database involving like purchasing something. And one of the things is quantity. How many of them did they buy? Okay, so let's look for large purchases of some item in order details. So let's just say, what are we looking for? Where we're doing a where clause, and we're looking for the quantity to be greater than, I'll say 60 or something like that. So these are sort of large orders. I'm looking for where people ordered a lot of some product. And so let me run that. And so here are orders that, again, it's order details. So it's a product. It's not the total number of items in an order, but it's specific product within the order. That's what order detail is. And I'm only doing single table queries right now. So this is, I've ordered 65 of product 5 in this order, 10258. Okay. So there we go. So the conditions can be greater than, less than, greater than or equal to. So let's do 65. We see that there's one in here that's 65. Let's do 65. And we don't have it. Let's do greater than or equal to 65. And we do have it. So there's greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, then we also have our like. So this is just some more variations on queries. So we showed sort of fancier where clauses with like. We added distinct, we added order by with ascending and descending. Just slowly building up to sort of get at the queries, to get at the things that we really want and get the answers in a way that is convenient for us. Only the fields we're interested in, only the records we're interested in, only the fields we're interested in, and so on. Thanks for your attention.